I am Rafa Benitez, you are watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV for one final time this season as the Uncensored Match Build Up show. Liverpool are going to host Newcastle United. Last game of the season, all still to play for. Yeah. Sort of. I have with me Chris Pajak, John Bacon, Bobby Reynolds and Jack Hart to discuss this one. Chris, as mentioned there, back at Anfield for one final time this year. Fuck it, we go again one more time.
I hate that saying already, Paul. We
Fuck
go
it.
again.
Fuck it.
But 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, whatever you want, stuff the Geordies and there's a chance. There's a chance we can win the league.
Yeah, well, we'll just beat them 1-0 and there's a chance.
I wouldn't really enjoy it as much. I'd rather win 6-0 and win the league.
You know, no,
I choose between 1-0 and 6-0 now.
Fucking hell.
No, if
I want to win 12-0 on the last
in the
game of the
situation
season.
we're in.
Genuinely, there's a choice between 1-0 and 6-0 now. What would you take?
Of course, I'm not mental. I'm going to think
Exactly.
6-0,
Exactly.
Okay, if there's a choice between we win 1-0 but City draw and we win the league, or we win 6-0.
I want to win 1-0.
But there you go, that's kind of what you're saying.
No, I just want to win with loads of goals and win the league.
So
I
you
just
want
want
both?
everything.
So you want cake and a blowjob?
Yeah.
You can't have both good
And I
things.
can't a cherry coke.
And a double decker.
Yeah, and I want to be playing footy manager as well.
Yeah, exactly.
If she's under the desk, just wipe it off.
And there's yeah. There you go. Well, anyway, thanks very much for watching the shows this season. It's
That
been
was a match
emotional.
build up.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go from there. Let's go to the script. Look, it's vital that we got on a high. I mean, look, let's put league title talk to one side for the moment. Because of the two slips recently, I think it's just, go and get a win, no matter what it is.
You always want to win. If you're playing your last game at home, you always want to win that really well, because it sets you up for the next season. It makes the fans go away happy. Even if you've had a bad season, if you win the last game of the season, you go away with more optimism.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to have a good day.
Yeah.
Celebrate the whole season. It's going to be great.
Yeah. What are your thoughts ahead of it, Jeff?
We've had a couple of. We finished on a couple of whimpers over the last 5 years or so, haven't we? With, I think, a few years ago we played Chelsea and Hull in one way round, and then there was another one in my head. Then it's gone. But yeah, no, it's what you want. 3 points on the last day, set you up for the summer, and then hopefully win on the first day as well, and everything feels good.
Yeah, fucking right.
Villa and Spurs were the ones I was thinking of.
There they are.
The last two games, I think. 2 or 3 years ago.
Someone else's turn to forget the lines this week.
For the changes, don't they?
But fucking hell, doing slightly better than I did last week. Go on, Aubrey. I mean, it's Newcastle. They've had a badly average season. But there's a case we were talking about the final word after the Palace game that perhaps a touch of arrogance has crept into Liverpool fans in the last few weeks, and it's all well and good because this is screaming 5s and 6-0 at the top of the show and all that. But ultimately, what we just need to do at the very bare minimum is go out and get a win.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon that arrogance will have been lanced very, very quickly by the Palace result.
Yeah.
That come back and smacked us, and on top of it being straight after the Chelsea one, I think that's enough of a wake-up call for most of our fans to remember that we're Liverpool, we don't fucking do things easy. We need to win. We need to win because there's something riding on it. There's in two strands. One, we know beforehand because the Villa City games worked out. But even then, there's still something riding on that last day. And there was Phil Jones celebrating a league title at Sunderland, and it all changed around very, very quickly when City were involved. You just never know, and we've bought the season's bought ourselves that grace for us to be glued to people saying, "Have you heard what the score's going on in the other games?" And
well, it'll be interesting if we get word that City have gone 1-0 down against West Ham with like an hour gone.
Yeah, it's interesting though because of course we've struggled with this week because of the midweek footy. People always say, "Why don't apologise about the midweek footy film later in the week?" Yeah, if only that were fucking possible. So, Villa could have done a job. I know this is going to look fucking stupid, but let's base it on the worst case scenario.
No, if we look stupid because fucking Villa have won, sound.
What he said.
I look stupid anyway.
It's been a season for it, really, hasn't it? Like, I mean, why change? Why change it for the last game of the season? No, entirely. I just got this feeling, we were talking about it being sort of stressful and 5-0 and 6-0 and 1-0. And I said, after Chelsea or whatever, said, you know, if Liverpool are going to win this league, it's going to be in the last minute with the last kick of the last game, because we like to make it hard for ourselves. It doesn't get any harder, I think, than this. Unless we need a goal in the last minute. I just, you know, if we're going to win it, it's going to be 1-0, yeah? Mm-hmm. In the 5th minute of injury time, with injury time still being played at the Etihad, and then Andy Carroll crops up with a, you know, he'll shoot it down and slices one in from the touchline, in off someone's head and into the top corner. And I want it to be like that. I don't want to go out. I actually don't want to go out there and win comfortably on Sunday. I want it to be fucking horrible. You know why? Because this season's been
palpitations just thinking about it.
Yeah, but why not? You know what? Because look, it's been grueling at times. You know what I mean? And how stressful it's been. We're not used to the stress of being in potential title challenging contention. So you know what? Let's just have it be as bad as it can possibly be. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I mean? We've got 3 months to sleep afterwards. I want it to be as stressful as possible.
So you want us to go 2 down?
Yes!
And then
no! Come back! Don't give him ideas! Turn it round!
And then hear that West Ham have took the lead.
You know what? Because
and Company and Hart have both been sent off.
Because fuck it.
You know what I mean? The goal.
You know what? Because what's the fun in just winning it? Yeah. You know what I mean? If we're going to win it, we'd have won it 3 weeks ago.
What would be more uncomfortable for us than that? What would be more uncomfortable for us than that is if we went 1-0 up after a minute and had to hold on for 89 minutes.
Yeah,
that's fucking horrible for this team. Yeah. And we dropped back and went 5 in the back and watched like the Sacco Skirtle and I fucking show for the rest of the game. That would be much worse.
It would be pretty good.
Did you see
Dogs of War at the back?
Did you see the scenes at Birmingham over the weekend after they was on? That sounds like what you're after. The chaos of the
injury time,
last few moments.
Draw.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. Like, you mean, I'm talking.
But they had Jordan Ibe to bring on.
Yeah, I'm talking. A top quality winger to bring on off the bench. Like,
just on Moses, can someone get him a pair of shorts that fits him? Like, please. He rolls them up. Just come on, lads, give him a pair that fits him. Like,
just tell them he's too embarrassed. He didn't say on the first week in training. You know, didn't say, oh, these are a bit big. He's just rolled them up, and now he's like, don't want to feel like a tit. The kid manager's going to be like, why didn't you just say?
It's 38. It's 37.
He's like, look, I'm not going. I don't play anyway. It's nearly the end of the season.
He was supposed to be from Mkhitaryan. He's obviously a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go back to Chelsea. They know there. Yeah. It's fine. Be sure they'll be waiting for me with the reserve team at Chelsea next season. Yeah. Let's take your thoughts on any of that. I want to know how, you know, do you completely disagree with what we're saying? Do you just want to coast comfortably to it? Or do you want to fucking sweat it out like real fans? I just want to
sell that, Paul. You've done well, like.
Fuck it, man. Do you know what I mean? I just like I say, look, you know, if we're going to win it at this stage now, I don't want West Ham to go and beat City 5-0. I don't want that. I literally want it to be all to happen in the last 30 seconds.
If West Ham did beat City 5-0, what the hell would Tottenham tweet? They shot the load early there, haven't they?
Yeah, big time. Like, yeah, I know what a lot of people are going to be tweeting to Spurs official. We'll see how that one pans out for them in the coming weeks. Sorry, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you just want it to be comfortable, or just fuck it? Why not?
And why has Moses got the wrong size?
And why has?
I'm dying to know this. Are his socks too big for him as well? Does he tape them? Who knows?
Anyway, trivia question time. On the 11th of May, it'll be exactly 40 years and 1 week since the Reds landed their second FA Cup with a 3-0 thrashing of Joe Harvey's Newcastle side.
Just give people a bit of history.
One more time. Once more with feeling. Liverpool legend Phil Thompson said of the game, it was the best Liverpool display in a long time at Anfield. On the losing side that day, with two players who were going to make 688 appearances between them, scoring 101 combined goals for Liverpool Football Club.
What colour's me cat?
Were they?
What type of Zinga tower me on?
So two players played in that. Two players played for Newcastle that day. Went on to make 688 appearances between them for Liverpool, scoring 101 goals. Who were they? We'll answer that in a minute or two. Okay, the team. Dad, Age, does he come back in for Sacco?
I really don't know, but I think on the meritocracy thing he should do, probably. But it would also tell us whether, it won't tell us, it might give us a clue as to whether Age is going to be around next season.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no point in playing him in the last game of the season if he's on his way.
So everyone will say it's a farewell, you know. So
he can come on and shut his boots, sit on afterwards, can't he?
But I don't know.
Doesn't he have to come on? I'll just take him off him. Wants to turn around and give him.
Remy's going to be playing, isn't he? He's just come back, he's fit, and he's quite dangerous, so it's a question of how you best combat him, I reckon. So who's the best man for that, Sacco or Daniel?
I think you're right. I think, Dick, is what my dad's saying. It looks to me like Skirtle's done enough to be a Liverpool player next season. Daniel Agger doesn't look like he's done enough to be there. Sacco's a £15 million centre-half sign, he's back, he's fit. They look to be the first choice pairing, for better or for worse. I don't think Sacco's quite found his feet yet. There's somewhere at the end of those telescopic legs of his. He will grow into them.
Have you seen how big they are? They're quite hard to not find.
They're in really bright coloured boots, so he can actually find them, but they're just so far away, they're not shining up there too.
Yeah. They do look like, it does look like his knee is on a full ball joint, you know what I mean? It's like he's got a shoulder joint for a knee, basically. But yeah, you know, I mean, where do you stand on that? Would you make any changes to the starting 11? There's obviously one obvious one.
Right, I've got to take Lucas out that side. I just thought we've carried him for 2 weeks. I just think he's been dead weight, real dead weight.
And that's a shame, isn't it? And I feel like
Henderson's got to come back in anyway.
Well, exactly. I feel this is the bad thing, is it, Jack? I feel like I have to qualify this with Lucas because I've been one of Lucas's, consistently one of his biggest fans. Thinks he's a smashing player.
Can we call him that Lucas? Yeah.
But
I don't think he was that bad last night, to be honest.
When he's put, the thing is, he's very good at winning. I think he's very solid at winning the ball back. And when he was doing it, but when he's doing it, no, I disagree with that. I think when he's doing it further up the pitch, you know, he helped win possession back in their half a few times, and that's great. We don't have enough of that sometimes. But he is just a bit slow, and his passing's a bit laboured. He doesn't look creative enough. And when Lee's bombing towards the box, you're not thinking, oh, there's a player bombing towards the box. You're thinking, oh, it's Lucas bombing towards the box. You know what I mean? And I suspect the attackers sort of feel that to a certain extent. But we're qualifying it. Look, I like Lucas, but Henderson's got to go back in.
Yes, Henderson will be in there. On the Lucas front, it's not long ago he came on and changed that game, albeit 10-15 minutes at Anfield against Villa, and we really needed him in that game.
He was in a different position then, though, wasn't he?
He changed that. He came on and sat deep, didn't he? Because Gerrard had been there first half. But that shows that there's potentially still space for him there, especially with the games we've got next season.
Yeah. I mean, he could be a very good, you know, in European games. I think he does have a future at Liverpool defensive midfielder.
He's a great squad player.
Yeah.
Great squad player, but he's not a first team for us now. Not in this system.
Yeah.
And not in the form he's in. Maybe he has a summer and comes back and maybe, I don't know, maybe he adapts to his game.
I don't think you'll want to play Gerrard in every single game next season. We're going to have more games to play with Europe. You don't want to play him in everything. And you do need someone who can play that, you know, role. I mean, at least Lucas is used to playing a defensive midfield role. It won't be Gerrard's expansive passing from the back game, but certainly defensive-wise,
we'll be a completely different team without Gerrard there, though, because we rely on him heavily.
Yeah. And then we'll be a completely different side if we've got a defence playing slightly higher up as well, rather than dropping back and giving Gerrard that space. Do we then need the midfield like we had at White Hart Lane, where we've got the three playing close to each other with the defence higher up?
And it wasn't as if Gerrard took on that role for most of this season. It came quite late in the season, and we were playing really well before that change took place. You know.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm eager to see a midfield three almost of Gerrard, Allen, and Henderson. Yeah. I think that's our best. If in that system, I think that's our best midfield. And I think you look at I think Joe Allen's been excellent in the last few weeks. He's come on, you know, and everyone who couldn't see a player before. If you can't see a player in Joe Allen now, I fear for you a little bit. Like, I'm not saying he's been a world beater, although I have also in the same breath described him as the defensive midfielder, Messi. So we'll qualify that slightly. But I want to see that energy that Lucas isn't able to deliver in that position. Drop Jordan Henderson in there, and let's just have Hendo and Allen just fucking shit up in the middle of the park in the best possible usage of the expression. Not like when we used to have players like Mark Kennedy and Frank Cosme fucking shit up in the middle of the park. Like,
but that's the midfield that Jack's talking about against Tottenham, except Lucas played for Gerrard. Didn't he?
Yeah.
The one problem I have with Lucas, and it's not the fact of his passing or his attacking threat, is this year more than ever, but he had it last year, he gives away so many unnecessary free kicks in really dangerous situations. And if you're going to play a defensive mid, because I think we all have seen basically and gone, okay, Gerrard's your holding mid and Lucas in the squad is the backup for that. Do you really want someone giving away that many dangerous free kicks constantly?
I'm not sure I think you're probably over-egging it a touch, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Certainly, I don't think it constantly gives away. You know what I mean?
No, I agree though. But I think there's times when you give away free kicks in those positions, but the ones that Lucas tends to give away are needless.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's like he should. I suppose in some sense he's taken the deep Mahaman thing. Like I'm
too far.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a tactical foul. No. We've got 8 men behind the ball. It's fine.
No need, man.
Tactically, don't foul.
I think most of the little fouls he gives away because he's just niggling away at people's legs. He's not. He doesn't slide into things. He does occasionally go into difficult tackles and get penalised for them, but most of the fouls he gives away are just ankle tapping, aren't they? Basically,
yeah, exactly.
But I think I don't think there's any real likelihood that Lucas will play if everyone else is fit. I do think there's a question about whether Alan plays or Coutinho plays, and again, if he's fit, Coutinho, he does give us an awful lot of imaginative play that we don't get otherwise. So I think that's an interesting choice to be made there. If they're all fit, and who knows whether Coutinho is going to recover.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, it's going to go down to the 4th minute of injury time, so we need someone off the bench to freshen things up.
Just don't take Sterling off, and Aspas will win the league.
Fucking ass.
I said it about 6 weeks ago.
Imagine, I can't even begin to imagine it.
It's going to come off his left buttock.
Okay, well look, we're a bit short on time this week, but I want to know, is anyone else? We've done a title challenge support group show this week. It's the 6th and last week of that. So if you need a little bit of extra help before kick-off to calm your nerves or whatever, you maybe give yourself a little bit of a deal. Go on to redmentv.com and check it out because it's free for a month. What the fuck else are you going to do? Anyone think we can still win the league? Anyone think we're going to do it?
Well, we mathematically can, so yeah, it's whether we
No,
will.
I don't want one of those sensible answers.
You said can.
Yeah. Well, I said think, you think, believe.
Can.
Yeah.
Said,
Yeah, well, of course.
Do you think we can?
Yeah. Think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think we will.
Do you think we will? Is different.
Okay, fuck off. you know
Just tell your dad to fuck off.
No, I told you to fuck off.
Are you sure? Because you were looking at your dad.
I was being
And he's about to cry, so
you all
definitely thinks it was John.
You all know what I mean.
Yes, we can win the league, but I don't think we will.
Anyone else
Yeah,
think?
I'm the same.
You don't think we're going to do it?
I think we will win the league, and you can fuck off.
I will happily fuck off. Jeff, what about you?
I'm an optimist as well. I think someone will help us out somewhere along the way.
Yes, Jack.
Stuart Downing's just scored that screamer of a free kick, hasn't he? So he's not going to get on it for another 5 years. So that's true.
The parting of the Red Sea.
Jack, score prediction.
4-0.
Morgan?
3-1.
3-1.
5-0.
I think I'm going to go with John on this 5-0.
1-0. Last minute. 95th minute.
Spawny 1-0.
Yeah, John Flanagan.
Own goal.
Yeah, bicycle kick. Whatever it takes, man. Listen.
Lucas, 45-yard screamer.
There you go. Oh, it's a Walesy after all! Who the fuck is Steven Gerrard?
Everyone's like, shoot! And he does it. Oh, he's done it! Lucas wins us the league!
You're there to hear first. Listen. Allow me a moment of your time. Look. 22 players, 90 minutes. Football's technically 44 players because we need another game to go. Look, footy's fucking mental.
Why not, though?
Footy's
Villa
fucking magic. Yeah, I mean, let's hope Villa have won, and this looks a bit pointless. But either way, nice to see you. Hi, you okay? It's been a long season, hasn't it? We appreciate you. We do. Anyway, look, fucking football's mental. I'm going to turn up to Anfield, I'm going to fucking sing, I'm going to dance, I'm going to cheer, and I'm going to fucking whip me scarf around my head if we fucking score.
You're going to find it, are you?
No, I've got a new scarf. left it there after the Chelsea game. The steward who's got that, hope you've washed it. Leave it on my seat if you see it.
It's the one that's red and pink.
It's red, pink and dirty. Look, it's been a fucking long and it's been a genuinely mental season. I can't fathom that we're not going to win the league. And I know why. If we don't win the league, I know why we haven't. I know why. You know, it's because we've conceded too many stupid goals and we haven't held on where we've needed to be, and there's too many individual errors at key moments and what have you. And, you know, we've not won games that we should have won along the way. But I just got a feeling, you know what I mean? And whether it comes to fruition or not, there'll be fans of other clubs who will probably come on this video in a week's time to fucking troll the shit out of it. Don't give a fuck. Because ultimately...
You're on a week's holiday. Yeah, don't be looking at the fucking video.
Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments the week later. But no, fuck it, look, because, you know what, that's how I want to support my football club, and I want to go down there and anything's possible. Because we're massive underdogs and because City are expected to do it, all the pressure's on them. Let's just go out there, let's fucking enjoy it. If we don't do it, you know, we'll put the season in perspective. We'll be doing the season review on the redmentv.com next week, and for the 2 weeks after that we'll be doing proper, full, in-depth analysis, picking the season apart, player by player, rating by rating. It's going to be absolutely fucking fantastic, and it'll be amazing, it'll be ultimately positive, because no matter what happens now, Liverpool have had a genuinely exceptional season, and we've clawed ourselves up from being mid-table, basically, and fucking mediocre to being, you know, title challenges. You know, we're in with a shout at the last game of the season. You know, it could go down. We could do a City. The last kick of the game in the Premier League season could see us as champions. As long as it's possible, then I fucking got hope. Anyway,
you know what? You've rounded that up really well, but now everyone wants the trivia answer.
Check out the trivia answer in the comments. No, the trivia answer, in case you're wondering, the two players who made 688 appearances between them scored 101 goals for Liverpool. Where?
Terry McDermott and Alan Kennedy.
Correct them on those. There you go, if you got that right. But one final time this season, top Googling or knowledge. Did you see it this week? Did you do the research?
No, I knew the answer to that one.
Is that because you read the email?
No, I knew the answer because obviously
lived through it.
Famously, Phil Thompson kicked Terry McDermott up in the air and then picked him up and said, something like, "Get up, you lazy scouser," or something like that.
Well, there you go. There you go. Anyway, look, thank you very much for joining us this season. We'll be back for the match reaction shows after the match outside Anfield, hopefully with just the biggest grins you've ever seen and probably tears. So hopefully look forward to all that. If you want more Redmen TV, because we're going to be here throughout the summer, predominantly on the redmentv.com. We're going to be doing weekly shows, keeping you up to date with everything going on at Liverpool Football Club, but also bits and pieces on YouTube as well. Anyway, if you're watching this video on YouTube, give it a big thumbs up. Do it. We love you. We do. Don't we, Chris?
Yeah.
Thanks. Anyway, look, thanks very much for watching. Thanks you very much for taking part of the season, for subscribing, for leaving your comments, for getting involved on the Twitter, for going over to the website and fucking subscribing. We love you the most. It's true. We do. Anyway, gents, thanks very much for joining us. Been a pleasure. It's been a fucking mental thrill ride, and let's hope it ends on a positive note for Liverpool this Sunday. Anyway, I'm Paul Mitchell, Redmen TV, Chris, John, Aubrey, Jack, and the crew. Ta-ra.
I thought it was well and truly done. I can't believe that we've conceded, but onwards and upwards. City get beat, we're still in it. Don't give up hope. Come on, the Reds!
Positive mental attitude.
The Reds.
Positive mental attitude.
See you later, boys.
Ta-ra.